You are afraid to want what you actually want. Not the socially acceptable version, the career, the relationship, the achievement everyone around you would nod at approvingly. The actual want. The thing underneath. The thing you have maybe never said out loud to another person. This is one of the more quietly painful experiences of modern life, and it does not get talked about with enough honesty. We live in a culture that is theoretically accepting of individual desire, that constantly tells people to follow their dreams and be authentic and live their truth, and simultaneously creates enormous social pressure to want the right things in the right ways and to curate those wants carefully for external presentation. So most people learn, often very early, to suppress the actual want and replace it with the acceptable version. To not even fully know what they want, because knowing would require acknowledging it. The gap between what you actually want and what you allow yourself to pursue is not small. Research on what psychologists call self-concealment, the tendency to actively hide personal information, consistently shows that it is associated with higher anxiety, depression, and lower well-being. The hiding is not neutral. It costs something. The Lubavitcher Rebbe addressed this in a way that is hard to find in secular psychology. He taught that every soul comes into the world with a specific mission, a unique contribution that no other soul can make. And he taught that authentic desire, not superficial desire, not compulsive desire, but the deepest, most essential longing, is one of the soul's most reliable guides to that mission. In other words, what you want most deeply is not a distraction from your purpose. It is often a signpost toward it. This reframes everything. Because most spiritual traditions, and most cultural messages, teach that desire is the problem, that you need to discipline desire, suppress it, transcend it. The Rebbe taught something more nuanced, that the deepest authentic desire, when properly understood, is not in conflict with the divine will. It is often an expression of it. There is a practical distinction here that is worth sitting with. There is the desire that comes from fear, the desire for approval, for safety, for relief from anxiety. This kind of desire leads in circles. You pursue it, achieve it, and immediately need more. And then there is the desire that comes from your deepest self, the longing that is not about escaping something but about moving towards something real. This kind of desire is often quieter, less urgent, harder to hear beneath the noise. But it is more persistent. It doesn't go away when you achieve other things. It just waits. When the Rebbe spoke with people about their lives, he often asked questions that cut beneath the surface presentation. Not just, what are you doing, what are you achieving, but, what do you actually want? What is the thing you are most afraid to name? He asked because he believed the answer mattered. That the authentic desire, once named, once owned, pointed towards something real. Here is the practical question: if you removed social approval from the equation entirely, if no one you knew would ever know what you chose, what would you want? What would you move toward? That answer, whatever it is, deserves more than you have probably given it. The cost of not pursuing it is not just unhappiness. It is the specific suffering of a person who lived a life that was not quite theirs. Name the want. That is the beginning.